All right. Yes, yes, yes. It's Comic Artist Pro's Secrets. Welcome to Comicsgate Live. This is an impromptu Comicsgate Live. Done a lot of streaming today. It is 11:21 in the PM, which is late. I know I'm going to get a lot of mail tomorrow in my inbox saying, "Why do you stream so late? Why do you hate people in England so much? Why don't you accommodate us? Or why are you so unconcerned about people on the East Coast?" When you stream at 11:21 in the PM, we can't catch you live because we're already in bed with our families. I understand, but I do endeavor to live stream at all hours of the day at this point, and this is just another hour of the day. I'm here tonight, joined with Eric Weathers, joined by, not joined with. That would mean that we were connected, like
well,
Siamese twins.
Maybe a little ways.
Well, I mean, we're by hearts.
Sure.
Silver glistening strings, like invisible strings, heart to heart,
Heart to heart.
That's beautiful, man.
Thank you.
Let me process that. That's nice. Eric Weathers, of course, is the artist. Well, first of all, Eric, you're a letterer, are you not?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric, somebody asked me today.
Mm-hmm.
They said, do letterers have any creative control over anything at all? And I had an answer, but I want to know what you have to say about this.
Hell yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what way?
Well, it may be a small way, but it's small, but it's mighty. We can control a lot in terms of maybe how the page reads. We can control.
What about creatively? Do you feel like you're helping the page read a certain way? Do you feel like that you're part of the acting process from character to character when you're actually doing the dialogue? Do you ever think about things like that? I mean, you do.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it can vary project to project because some people I just want word balloons, and they need to be white and perfectly, circled, perfectly shaped. But in other cases, like, I don't know, Graveyard Shift, every character sort of had their own style, their own look. So you could see a balloon, and even if they were off panel, you knew exactly who was talking because John and Mark wanted very specific, very, Tom Orzechowski Spawn style word balloons for Graveyard Shift.
He was so great, wasn't he?
Yeah, man. He's the pinnacle for me. Like, I love 90s comics. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but for me, in that lettering style, it got really bombastic after that once everybody went digital. Mm-hmm. So like the late 90s, early 2000s, I think it went a little overboard, but Tom's work was fantastic.
Yeah, there was I mean, look, Tom Orzechowski on Spawn really did push the envelope as to how balloons actually read. He actually forced balloons and through his lettering fonts. By the way, he drew the word balloons.
Yep.
He forced you to hear voices in a certain way and to read things in a certain way. And it just became part of the artwork. And people's minds were blown by Todd McFarlane's Spawn in so many different ways. But I mean, that was one of the main ones. Wow, we've got Cal here from Shinobi Sasquatch. Yes, at last.
Woo! What's up, Cal?
At last, dude. I feel like I need to be on camera, but I look like hell. Hold on, let me put on a hat.
Yeah. Put on the hoodie.
Eric, what's up, man?
Hey, Cal. This is exciting. We've got new Comicsgate in here tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm excited.
Yeah, good times.
It's a big deal. People want the hoodie there, EVS. You got the hoodie?
No. I you know what? I tried to wear the hoodie the other day and it was played out. It was just a one and done. You know what I mean? We tried to do it a second time and it just was like, yeah, you're trying to be something like it before it was impromptu. The second time it was just like, what are you doing, dude? Goofy.
Well, you got to see what works. Keep the audience on their toes.
I insist on doing that.
Yeah.
I will keep them on their toes.
If they're on their
like
toes,
some Chinese ballerina class.
Exactly.
Stay on your toes, bitches.
We're training assassins here.
Yes.
Let me look up Shinobi Sasquatch. Welcome, Antonio. Look at this. The family's all here.
Well, yeah, man. The boys are back in town.
Antonio, man, first time talking to you. Good to meet you in person, kind of.
Well, I've been around, sir.
Yes, you have. Well, I've heard you and seen you a lot, but I haven't talked to you yet.
And I was like, well, this is true, but I did purchase the cover to your comic though.
Oh, I know, and I bragged about it like hell.
That's it. So.
All right. Well, all right. So I'm putting Shinobi Sasquatch. I just got the link to this. We've got a lot to cover. We're going to cover some news tonight. We're going to promote some comics. I'm just into it right now. Somebody, you know what? I was on the war campaign. I saw them streaming, and I was just like, I'm going to go to the war campaign, and I did. And they kind of shame me. They're like, yeah, you're not pushing any of your books. You're just being kind of, I don't know, Ethan. And that's when somebody goes, you're just being kind of, I don't know, Ethan. You fill in the blanks, you know, and you don't fill them in with anything good. And I you know, I have all kinds of excuses. Look, I've been rescuing frogs from the pool filter. That's not good enough. It's not good enough.
It's good for the frogs.
Yeah.
But is it good for the people? I mean, in a roundabout way, it is, but you know, not in any substantive way. Not when people want to actually support comics and be a part of Comicsgate. You know, feel like they're a part of all this. I do have a job. All right, so let me. Oh, we're getting so many people in here. This is great. Our camera on.
It's awesome.
I'm wearing a red hat tonight. Now, this is a tricky thing. When you wear a red hat, people people look extra close at it.
They get
right
a
or
little
wrong.
nervous. Yeah, they get a little nervous.
Well, there's a term for it. I see them going, I'm going to punch some red hats today. And I'm just going, oh, God.
Well, that's the
red
new
hats now.
that's the new white hood. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, who do we got here? We got Rise Again. Rise Again, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Rise Again, tell me about you and tell me, first of all, I'm building the, the chat's going to fill out real quick. We're going to get 10 people in here, I'm pretty sure. What's your book called?
Monster MD.
Oh, sure. Okay, let me fill that in as well. Monster MD, everyone's talking about that. Everyone's telling me that I need to take a look at it. John Malin actually is the one that told me.
I paid him well.
Listen to John.
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah,
John,
he's great.
John is on top.
I did
I just
did a
looked
little
at
bit
it
of work for him.
You did? What did you do for John?
I wrote a story for Graveyard Shift Volume 2.
same here.
Yeah, Cal and I are the winners of their little talent search thing.
Yeah,
And we've been friends ever since.
and I'll
Yes,
be
we
lettering
have.
all of this stuff.
Yes.
Hold on a second. Back Monster MD here. All right. So far in the chat, in the description, I have the following. Let me save changes so people can see. If you guys refresh real quick, underneath your underneath the video screen, you will see. Oh, Critias is here too. Hey, Critias.
What's going on,
Hey.
EBS? How's everything?
Hey, Critias.
Good. And Nasser is here. We got Nasser at Comicsgate Live. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
truly truly a sensational evening.
What's going on, Ethan?
Well, I'm just putting on a show, and I'll talk about why I'm doing this in a second. I just sent out a backers update for CYBERFROG Vampirella. 5 more days to go. 5 more days for CYBERFROG Vampirella. So I've decided to add a perk or add a tier, and I'll get into that in a moment. But first, I want to introduce everybody that's on the panel one more time as people start to stream in here. By the way, we're competing, as it turns out, with Drawn and Quartered.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
well.
you really don't need to. You don't need to be there for most of Drawn and Quartered. You only need to be there at the end when it's time to vote. You want to watch these guys draw? You just look at their drawings when it's over and be like, that one's fine, and then just leave again and come right back here.
Yeah.
We've got 511 people watching right now. I want to explain. First of all, I haven't done a Comicsgate Live in a long time, but see, one of the things about Comicsgate Live that was starting to get a little bit wearing was that it was always the same people, and more people wanted to be a part of it. And I'm hesitant to let new people in for all kinds of different reasons, because first of all, I'm judgmental. I don't want to promote a project that I don't feel good about. I look at a lot of people's Indiegogos, a lot of Kickstarters, and I ask myself, first of all, I'm not a kindergarten teacher. I don't have to tell you you're great when you're not. And I don't want to tell my audience that, these comic book projects are deserving of your attention, are deserving of your backing dollars, when I don't believe they really are. Now, you guys are among a handful of people that I chose who have new Indiegogo campaigns that actually are worth backing, in my opinion. These are the best of the best. These are the cream of the crop, aside from the guys that we all know, Mike S. Miller, John Malin, Kelsey Shannon, the usual suspects. This is the new breed. This is the new class of comic book professionals who are crowdfunding their dreams. And I'm pretty excited about it. I want to introduce these guys one at a time. Before I do I have everybody here? Okay, I've said hello to everyone. Before I do, let's talk real quick about what I've got going on. I have just added, we start to share screen here. Why is everything a problem? Everything is always a problem. Everything's difficult. CYBERFROG and Vampirella exclusive variant cover here. This is it. This is the last 5 days of this enormously popular campaign. $39,675. All I did was a variant cover for Vampirella versus the Reanimator #1. Why is this significant? Because these SJWs who have dominated, and in my opinion, which is rapidly becoming a fact that is shared by everyone on the face of the earth, these SJWs have destroyed the mainstream comic book industry. And while they're doing that, they're trying to gatekeep anyone who aligns with Comicsgate out of it. Does everybody in the room align with Comicsgate pretty much?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah,
these people think that you will never work in mainstream comics because of that very fact. Because of the fact that as Comicsgate, you have a certain set of morals. You're not going to stand for this idea of using comic book pamphlets to proselytize your weird politics, whatever it is that you believe. It doesn't necessarily have to be weird, but it just has to be divisive in some way. You're just here to make entertainment. That's what Comicsgate's all about. Yeah. So because of these reasons, they're going to call you names and they're going to try to keep you out of the mainstream. They can't keep us out of the mainstream. It's inevitable that the mainstream industry is weakened right now, and people with energy and people with good ideas are going to become the mainstream. Absolutely. They're going to become the mainstream.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
That's us, and this is the first foray into that. CYBERFROG interacting with a mainstream comic book character. It's a big deal.
And a sexy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's fun about it? I mean, look, from here we can go anywhere. I mean, pretty much. But what's fun about this is that, first of all, CYBERFROG and Vampirella started out at the same company in the 90s, Harris Comics. So, I mean, there have been a few images of CYBERFROG interacting with her back in the 1990s. Here they are again for Vampirella's 50th anniversary, when Vampirella #1 just got done selling an enormous 130,000 copies today.
Insane. Hey, Ethan.
Yes.
I just want to ask Nasser why he's in here when he spent the past couple of weeks shitting on Comicsgate, talking trash about people and DMs, and being a two-faced bitch all over Twitter. What's up, Nasser? I noticed you were quiet when you said, who's aligned with Comicsgate? You just in here to sell your books? You're fucking fake,
I didn't even talk about my
You're
book.
fucking fake, dude. You're a fake bitch. It's exactly what you are.
What,
All
my friend sends me a
sit
link,
around,
I
you've been
can't
sitting
come on?
around for months talking shit about people in DMs. You don't think we don't see them? You think you can just come in here and everything's just la happy pretty?
Hey, Yellow
you,
Flash.
Nasser.
Yellow Flash. Let me turn that around. I'm selling comics for these guys. This is their first time on my show. You hear what I'm saying?
Oh, that's fine. I just wanted to say something to Nasser. He just gets to sit in here and be a little bitch. You're not gonna get called out for it. You're a bitch, Nasser.
All right. Thanks, Yellow Flash. See you later. I gotta kick you, pal. All right, good.
Nasser,
I came in at a weird time, didn't I?
Yeah, that was unexpected. Nasser, I did not listen. I didn't, I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with anything Yellow Flash said, but I'm saying that was unexpected. And sorry about that. Honestly, I'm here to sell comics tonight. So goodbye, Yellow Flash. Don't do that, guys. Come on now.
Yeah.
Christ's sake. And now I'm like, and you threw me off of my entire awesome rant. I'm derailed. All right. Yeah. Vampirella #1. Let's get back to it.
We were talking about Vampirella in a bikini.
Prettiest. Thank you.
There we go.
Okay. Vampirella in a bikini. Vampirella #1 makes dynamite history with more than 130,000 copies sold. That puts her, if this book were to come out this month, guys, at number 2.
Oh,
Number
man.
2
Beautiful.
on the sales charts. It's huge. And why did this happen? I mean, it happened for a number of reasons, one of which Christopher Priest's refusal to kneel to SJWs when he said they're just 2 genders. Are you sure you want to say that?
Christopher Priest was already my hero before that. Now he's even more so my hero. Dear God, I love him.
Absolutely.
I like the article. They're like, "Are you sure you want to say that? You want us to put that out there?" This is probably
And that kind of thing is a threat. I mean, that kind of thing is totally a threat. It is. They understate these threats, and people used to come to me and say, "Are you sure that you want to be friends? You want to acquaint yourself with diversity in comics? Are you sure? I just don't think it's going to be good for you." And they say it like that, and it's a little bit, it's a threat. It's a threat. Let's be honest, and that's what it is. So in any case, they put up with a lot of these threats. Christopher Priest put up with it. Dynamite Comics put up with it when they announced that they're going to be working, with me. I mean, they lent me their character and let me do these CYBERFROG Vampirella variant covers. And I just said, look, they've stood up to the pressure. We didn't know that they were. I was actually worried. I was like, they're taking a beating from SJWs. Are they going to back down or what? And they didn't back down. God bless them. So this is the reward for that. Vampirella is doing awesome. She is now undeniably the #1 hottest indie character right now. What do you think of that, guys?
I think it's beautiful. Absolutely. Honestly, your I guess we would call it ramp up towards this had to have taken part in that number. The Vampirella CYBERFROG crossover has to have bled over in some small way into this #1 being so huge.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, well, just telling people that it's like, this is a thing. This is the fact that these people are the first comic book company to not bend their knee to SJWs is substantial.
You see that, Antarctic? You see what happened?
Yes.
Antarctic?
Yes.
You see? You
Oh
did bend the knee to these little bullies, and look at how successful you could be. This is awesome, though, because this isn't just about the comics sold and the money. It's so refreshing to see people excited about comics again.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me. That's the way it should be all the time. It's the way it used to be all the time. This is awesome. Yeah. Ethan, when you came up with the idea for this, I assume you came up with the idea for this. Did it hit you that this was like an amazing idea, or did you know how good it was, or was it just like...
Well, my goals, I consider Comicsgate to be a movement that I've dedicated myself to. There isn't going to be a point where I decide, look, I'm done with Comicsgate. I'm changing the name to something else. Comicsgate. And I told this to Zach too. We were having to talk about this. He's like, Comicsgate has so much negativity associated with it because of all the hit pieces they've done. I mean, just you'll probably do better if you just walk away from it. You're this close to just re-entering the mainstream anyway. And it's like, I don't even care if I do enter the mainstream. I'm happy where I'm at. CYBERFROG's doing great. It's an independent book. It's going to be just fine on its own. But I don't like being told that I can't have something. I don't like that. Yeah. And I don't like being handed down terms. Like, these are the terms by which we'll let you come into our little community again. Bullshit. I am marching Comicsgate right through that goddamn gate. Flags unfurled, banner unfurled. We are reinvading the mainstream, and we're doing it on our terms because we're right. It's as simple as that. And as these people fail, all around us, it just becomes more clear. I just think it becomes more clear to everyone that we are right. And if you want to make a living, if you want to survive, if you don't want to be Oni, did you guys see like this is the way to go. So this is fantastic news. I've got my CYBERFROG Vampirella exclusive variant cover. It's available here for another 5 days. The last 5 days, I asked permission to be able to make a poster of the character as well. So Dynamite said, yeah, sure, do it. So I just added a new perk. The new perk that's only going to be available for 5 days is the signed poster. This is high quality lithograph of CYBERFROG Vampirella cover art, measuring 18 inches by 24 inches. composed of high-grade 100-pound archival stock, the perfect measure of durability to ensure its proud owner's enjoyment for years to come. Packaged individually in its own protective tube and guaranteed safe shipping and handling. And I will autograph all of them. So these are going to be available for the last 5 days. The one complaint that I heard from people is, we love the cover, but you didn't do the interior. And I went, yeah, I know. It's a variant cover. It's retailer variant. And they said, well, we just want the cover. Well, okay, here you go. Here's a signed poster, and you can hang this on your wall. It's got my autograph, and it's big and nice, the highest quality, available now and available for the next 5 days until this campaign closes. This book is going to ship. All of these items are going to ship in July with CYBERFROG Blood Honey as soon as this book closes down. In fact, I'm probably going to send this thing to print this week, even before it closes down. I'm pretty sure I have an estimate of where it's going to land. So I'll overprint a certain amount, and then we'll destroy the rest of the copies. I want this to be a very limited item. I want the people who ordered it to have an exclusive that nobody else can get. And then we move on to something else. So the link is in the description if you guys want to back. If you haven't backed the comic book, you can get the comic book. If you haven't backed the lithograph, you can get the lithograph. All right, we got $10 here from Jerry's Camo 91Z. Says, hey, Yellow Flash, I'm 6'1", 260 pounds, and I'll fight on behalf of Nasser. My guess is you're like 5'10" and a wanker. What do you say, tough guy? You see what I mean, Yellow Flash? You see what you do?
Ethan, I'm going to dip out. I didn't think it was going to come.
All right, Nasser. Thank you for popping in. Have a good night.
Yeah, good luck, everybody, with your books.
Night, Nasser.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This is the thing. Nasser comes in here ready for war. Not everything has to be drama. Not everything does. And some people are going, I stand with Yellow Flash. Some people are saying, I stand with Nasser. That's okay. Both of them can stand on their own channels while I'm promoting these new guys who came in here to sell their books. And I do appreciate it. All right. So I want to introduce you to the first book that I really wanted to support. Cal Jameson.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm great, man. Thanks for inviting me on. I've been a fan for a long time listener, first time caller, and I'm really glad to be here. And I just wanted to say out there, I don't know Yellow Flash. He's never liked a single tweet of mine, but Nasser's been a friend. So
yeah, well, you don't have to pick sides. I don't pick sides with any of these guys. I just discipline them when they do something wrong, on my stream. And they're both. I love them both. I love pretty much everybody who comes in here, despite the squabbles. And things like that. Sometimes drama is good. Sometimes it's inappropriate. Yeah. But we've got Shinobi Sasquatch, which I think most people are agreeing at this point is one of. Hey, we got Micah in here. Hold on a second. Yeah.
Hey, Micah.
Yeah, I kind of snuck in.
Oh, it's good to see you, pal.
You too, buddy.
Oh, welcome. Okay, so help me sell these comics. Shinobi Sasquatch, book 1. So what is this about, Cal?
So Shinobi Sasquatch is a Bigfoot who is trained as a ninja, and he's cursed with lycanthropy, and he's kind of like the Pacific Northwest's protector, like the Batman or the Superman or whatever, of the entire region. In the first book, he uncovers a plot to kind of enslave the entire region as like a zombie army to take over the world. And the first book 1 is him kind of racing against time to stop this from happening.
Awesome. First of all, how old are you?
I am. I'm 42.
All right, so you're my kid brother.
Yeah,
I'm 44.
Okay.
Did you work in comics before this? Where did you come from?
I came from nowhere. I'm a worship minister by profession, but I've had a love for comics since Image came on the scene in the 90s. I wanted to be a comic artist back then. I have like some untapped talent in the art field. I just never had the drive to get good at drawing. But I started writing again about 5 years ago, and Shinobi Sasquatch is just kind of like the project that came to the surface when I started, testing the waters.
Shinobi Sasquatch is the Pacific Northwest's most fearsome protector.
Yes, he is.
The Pacific Northwest is an SJW hellhole.
It sure is. And just wait till you guys see what happens to it at the end of book 1. Just a little teaser there.
All right, so this is 52 pages. Most of these comics are 48, so you decided to push it to 52, which is cool.
Yeah, and we're less than $1,000 away from the 16 extra pages, so we're looking at 68 pages right now.
You're at 29,130. We're gonna get you to 30,000 tonight.
I hope so.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
guys, by the way, all of the links to these books are in the description right now. If you see something and you think it's cool, man, absolutely throw some support. Order these comics and support these comics. Let's see these guys make their dreams come true. I certainly appreciate it, and they do too. Yeah. Shinobi Sasquatch is going to tear up Portland, Oregon. Is that what you're saying? I mean, is Shinobi Sasquatch going to clean up all of the human fecal matter that's all over Portland, Oregon? By the way, do you still live in Arizona?
I'm in Arizona, yeah.
Okay, good. I don't want to bum you out by running the town down. Just making sure. Portland, Oregon. All right, let me show the artwork here real quick. People are saying show the art, and I keep meaning to do that, but I'm looking at the description. This is dynamite. What is this? A dead snake?
So the cult that he's fighting against is kind of like a Lovecraftian old god worshipping cult, and they can kind of implant certain members of the cult with these spider squid spawn, and so it's basically like a tentacle will shoot out of their mouth, and it's got these spider fangs on it. So what you're seeing here at the bottom is like it's upside down. So it's the spider fang. It's kind of crawling with the spider fangs, and you can see if you zoom in, there's like little eyes on the underside. And Rob Willis is doing crazy stuff with the ideas I've given him. I'm serious. It's just it's blowing all my ideas out of the water. How he's drawing.
So is Rob the artist, or are you the artist?
Yeah, I'm the writer. Rob's the artist. Okay. Rob wanted to be on, but he has 5 kids, and at least one of them is sick right now. So
thank God we have adults in Comicsgate. You know what I mean? It's like just so many of these pros are just like, I don't have kids. Well, how old are you? I'm 53. It's like, oh my God, didn't have kids. Your whole not to be judgmental, but I mean, I've got 2 of my own in one step, and I can't imagine life without them. But they do kind of affect your choices. You can't always do what you want to do. Look at this fucking artwork, dude.
Rob is a gift on this community for sure.
Yeah, I would agree at this point. Just looking at this beautiful, beautiful artwork, great color. Oh man, it's about werewolves, not the John Malin kind of werewolf.
No.
Different kind of werewolf.
I'm getting real Dale Keown vibes from this art. I love it.
Yeah, so Shinobi Sasquatch once a month. He's a really like nice, balanced guy, but once a month he's got to eat a guy. So these first several pages are kind of like showing that one side of him. This happy face killer is going to be he's going to be food in just a few minutes here.
You know what it reminds me? It reminds me of Altered Beast.
Oh yeah, totally.
Rise from your grave,
dude. That was my favorite game. Rise from your grave, and you're like a dude, and you're kicking people. You're kicking people, and then you get to be a bigger dude who's kicking people straight-legged. God, that was a great game.
And by the way, this lettering is going to be Eric Weathers at some point. This is me. This is my lettering, but Eric Weathers is going to kick this up a notch, I'm sure.
I'm here for you.
Yeah. Everyone's here's the thing about being a letterer. First of all, Eric, how many pages can you do a day?
Oh man, a lot.
35.
A lot. I've done a 28-page book in a day before, and probably could do more. It depends on the project.
Wow.
That's huge. By the way, to remind people who are in here right now, this project is called Shinobi Sasquatch. If you like it, you can find it in the link. You can find the link to it in the description below your screen that you're watching here. Just click on it. Go look at the campaign. We'll look at the tiers and the levels. Wow, look at this. This is like Sam Keith when Sam Keith was trying, man. This is gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, this is hot stuff, man. I'm gonna back this one. I back a lot of campaigns, but this is one I'm definitely gonna back. I see a little Stephen Platt here.
Yeah. So much Stephen Platt. Yeah.
Remember Stephen Platt?
Yeah.
I think Platt was one of Rob's main influences back in the 90s.
Stephen Platt was insane. Stephen Platt, in case you guys don't know, some people in the chat are kind of young and they didn't live through the 90s as fans. But it's like Stephen Platt drew like this. Everything, was kind of lit this way, this kind of line work. But like if there were machine guns shooting, the shells, there would be 1,000 shells midair. Like, it was just, everything was overdone. It was like there was too much of stuff, and it just looked really, really, really cool. It just turned a lot of people on. He became a big star and then disappeared into the ether.
Yeah.
What happened to him, man? I would love to get Stephen Platt back out here.
He got Van Skyvered.
No, we didn't. What is it? No, I think he went into animation or something like that. But I mean, he was being paid crazy money. And at the time, this is the legend that I heard about Stephen Platt. Rob Liefeld and Gareb Shamus from Wizard Magazine got together, and they were just like, you want to see, like, I'll bet we can make a star in comics. And they chose Stephen Platt to do that too. So lucky him. They both promoted the hell out of him like he was the second coming. And his career did blow up. It also helped that his style was really super appealing, like this. Oh, man. Okay, so obviously the art for Shinobi Sasquatch is terrific. Let's go up and let's just look at the tiers. And Cal, I want you to talk me through these. So the featured one is Double Trouble.
Yeah, so Double Trouble is just 2 books. I'm kind of stealing Doug TenNaples' concept here of trying to encourage backers to buy 2 books, and then once they, once the project fulfills, they can sell that second one on eBay for. I mean, I think Bigfoot Bill's selling for $150 now. So
nice.
I don't know what Rob's work's going to sell for, but I'm assuming close to that because he's so friggin' great. So it's 2 books for $40.
We got to get Rob on here. We got to promote him because, I mean, really, it is all about like letting people know.
Yeah.
It's like you got really good talent. People don't know about them. And then it's just, what a waste, man. We got to get the word out about these guys. Got to get the word out about you. By the way, how many people on the stream right now, like on my panel, are the artists of the comics? We got Eric Weathers. Who else? Is it mostly writers in here right now?
I'm an artist too. I'm Vinny.
Oh, Vinny's in here. Where's
Yeah.
Vinny. Okay, I see you. Hey, Vinny, how you doing?
Hey, man, pretty good. How you guys doing?
Good.
Hey, Vinny.
Doing well.
Cool.
I'm a fan.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Theris Fox, thanks for $10. I contacted Nasser when my Stardust got lost in the mail after printing was over. Copies were $45 on eBay. He could have sold it, but instead Nasser replaced my copy for free. If that's not Comicsgate, what is? Yeah, it's very nice of him. All right, so the Penny Saver is $12. It looks like this is the one that's selling. This is a digital copy of the book?
Yeah, it's just digital.
How come you're doing digital right now?
I at the beginning of the campaign, I was going back and forth. John Malin told me, he kind of counseled me, don't do digital. Some other people said do. And, the whole piracy issue. And I thought, I mean, some people are probably going to pirate it, but I'd rather give overseas people the option because shipping is just so much out of the country. And I threw it in there just, for the heck of it. We sold a decent amount. The thing I feel bad about is people are actually buying the book and then they're going and they're backing again at the digital level to get that extra copy of digitally. I feel like I should have just included that, but I mean, we're a little late for that now. But like today, a guy did a drawn-in tier for $100 and then went back and did the $12 for the digital. So he's getting the book, he's getting drawn into the book, and he's getting the digital, and he paid the extra $12 just to get that. So that feels good.
All right.
Yeah.
So you get the solo shirt, no book. So you're doing a T-shirt. Are you drop shipping this?
Or are
you guys making them yourself?
Yeah, it would have been smart to do it that way, but I'm from at the stage I'm at now, I'm gonna have to order them and then reship them out. So, this is my first time, so I'm still, there's a learning curve to this whole thing.
Part of this is, I mean, so much of Comicsgate Live should be just like everybody getting educated on how to do these well, but also just promoting, letting people know who you are. But doing one of these crowdfunding campaigns, I always say the T-shirts are good. We have a company called Crypto Fashion. There's no need to attach a T-shirt to a campaign. Just make a T-shirt and then advertise the T-shirt wherever you go. They're going to pay you $8 for every T-shirt sold, and they print them, they ship them. You never see them. You don't worry about having the right stock. They do it for you.
Okay.
And the t-shirts are really, really, really good. They're like Calvin Klein quality, like great t-shirts. So that's something. Like you and I will talk about that.
Yeah.
Micah, do you have a t-shirt?
Funny you would ask is, you know, my podcast partner Hatman and I, we've actually been working on that, like behind the scenes. We're about to, because here's the cool thing about my little connections is he actually runs a t-shirt printing business.
Wow.
So we've got the means of production to do kind of our own thing on that one. So we're actually looking to roll out a merch store for my channel probably within the next week or so, which is nerve-wracking for me as all hell because I've got my comic hits Indiegogo on Friday then that right afterwards. So I am a giant ball of nerves already.
Wow.
So, but yeah,
campaign jitter.
So very soon. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we'll help you with your campaign. We'll launch it here if you want to. You know, we'll get it moving.
Oh, Ethan, I love you more than you know.
Oh, all right. I love that. That's great. By the way, CYBERFROG Vampirella just passed $40,000. So thank you guys for that. It's zooming along with the new poster. And I just passed 128,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you for that as well.
Wow.
Awesome.
It's a good night for landmarks here. All right, so they can get the book for $25. Obviously, that's going to be your biggest thing here. People just getting the book itself, Sasquatch style book and T-shirt.
I know. Next time.
Yeah, we'll get it right next time. But that's still pretty cool that you got 38 of those. Bag of swag, book and stuff. What is this?
So you'll get with this one, you get the book. You get 3 trading cards. They're like sketch art from Rob of the 3 main characters, and then on the back, they're kind of like baseball cards, so they're glossy. On the back, you get the cover art, and then on the front, you've got like you've got Shinobi Sasquatch on one, you got Penny Parsons, his girl sidekick on the other, and then you've got Bo the Vampire, which is one of his other pals. And he's our homage to Burt Reynolds. He was kind of being created around the time Burt Reynolds died. So we've modeled him after Smokey and the Bandit. and so he's on one of the cards.
I want to see him so bad. Yeah.
Rob hasn't done any concept art for him yet, but I'm sure it's going to look awesome.
Just make him look like Norm Macdonald. We'll be good to go.
Oh my gosh, seriously, with that giant hat from SNL. Yeah, so they get the 3 cards. They get a print of one of the splash pages. Like we're gonna pick the best splash page in the book and make a print of that. And then they also get an 11x17 cover poster. So the cover art's going to be a poster, and that'll be fold out. So you get all that stuff for whatever the price is there, $45.
That's pretty good. That's terrific. All right, so stylish swag book stuff. So this is that and the T-shirt. That's $60. Be a hipster drawn in the book. You've got 3 out of 5 people are going to be drawn into the comic book. That's a pretty good deal for $100. Sasquatch Army, 10 books. That's for retailers, I would think. Give me a page. A page of original art is only $300, and you get the comic book.
Yeah, that's not. We've only sold like 9 of those. I'm pretty surprised at that.
That's amazing. $300, guys. Yeah, $300 for a page of artwork that looks like this. Jump on that, and then it looks like everything else is sold out. Somebody bought the cover, of course they did. Be a cultist drawn in the book, plus drawn in the book. That's sold out as well.
Yeah, I bought the cover, EVS. That was me.
Did you really?
Yeah, the cover. I own it. Yes.
Yeah. All right, let me scroll down and see if there's anything else here. Somebody said keep scrolling down. No. Oh, well, there's a look at this. It's Shinobi Sasquatch versus Monster MD. What's up with that?
Ooh.
So if Vaughn, Klaus, and I, if we both hit 400K by the time our in-demand stores close, they get a 40K. What did I say?
400.
400.
Oh. Hey,
Ethan, he's coming for you.
Don't rule it out. This could happen.
Set those goals. Set them high.
If we both hit 40K before our in-demand stores close, then we're doing a 20-page floppy of a crossover between Monster MD and Shinobi Sasquatch.
That is a badass idea. That's incredible. And so right now, so at the 30K goal, added pages from 52 to 68 pages. And when we get to 35, you're going to get a Donald Delay print, an exclusive Donald Delay print. So we're at 29,170 right now. No, we're at 29,325. Guys, all we need is another $675 to get to that extra landmark, that extra stretch goal. So I don't know what to tell you. This book looks fucking awesome. Excuse my language, but it looks fucking awesome. See how I edit out my curses?
I love it.
Like a pro.
Yes. This is absolutely sensational. All right, so yeah, back Shinobi Sasquatch. The link is in the description below, and look through the tiers, see which one that you want, and support this campaign. Let's push it over the line to 30,000. In the meantime, I want to introduce you to the book that this is probably going to cross over with. I'm guessing, I'm guessing it's going to make it. So, Monster MD von Klaus.
Hello. Yes, that's me.
What's going on, man?
Hey. This is something I've been working on since 2015, and it feels amazing to get to share this with everyone now.
What do you mean?
I started the story in 2015 when I lived in Chicago, working as a manager for a tea house, serving little old ladies and writing horrific comics and having a great time.
What's a tea house?
But
hold on, what's a tea house?
It's like specializing in teas only, and we sell it by loose leaf, or we make you a cup there.
Can you make a good cup of tea?
I can brew you some fine Japanese matcha, whatever you want.
That sounds awesome. Come over, let's have some tea. Are you in Tulsa? You're in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is a slut backwards, just so you know.
A slut. I never noticed that. Tulsa is a slut backwards.
Yes, it sure
is. All right. So at some point you came up with this idea of Monster MD. It says join Dr. Black and invisible assistant Heidi. Well, her boobs are visible.
Oh, you know it.
and on the Sashi poster, other things are visible too.
All right. As they get into misadventures in monster medicine, this comic has already been 799% funded. And there are 2 days left. Hold on a second. DJ Kong flashes in with $25 super chat. So just wanted to quickly mention that Star Wars girl, that's Anna. Her sister Ellen is still missing. Her info is on Twitter. Go look at that Star Wars girl and get the information, her car, picture of her car, all that stuff, picture of her.
Wow.
We're still looking for Ellen, Anna's sister. All right, so Monster MD, and thank you for pointing that out, DJ Kong. Monster MD right now, by the way, just flipped over to $24,108. This is a book that you've been working on for 4 years?
Yeah, well, I made kind of a more indie version that I just released for free online, and I kind of thought, hey, audience like that. This is all before I, jumped on board with Comicsgate and stuff. I was building an audience through that, and to be honest, it really wasn't to my liking. It wasn't my vision. And as I got more and more into Comicsgate, I was like, I don't need to get involved with any kind of fighting online. That's not going to change anything. But creativity and making books, that's what I love, and that's what might make a real difference. And here we are. We hooked up with this amazing artist, Marco McCagney, who's done some stuff for Action Labs. He does all kinds of monster stuff, but he captures facial expressions and body language, and he can make monsters funny and cute, but he can also make them more horrific than you've ever seen in your life. So he was the perfect guy for my vision. He's like this artist where I hired him to do a commission for just like a of Heidi and Wyatt here. And he just got the vision and what I was going for so well, I knew I had to hire him on. So he did a cover, and from there, we've just been working on this. An amazing colorist, Tanya Wicker. No one knows her now, but I think you guys are going to know her real soon. I got this guy, I don't know if you've heard of him yet, Eric Weathers, doing letters. I don't know. He's
Word.
I hear he letters everything.
Man, yeah, I call him the man who lettered the world.
Yeah.
Like the Bible lettered by Eric Weathers.
It feels like
This is a great panel right here. I'm going through. I'm showing everybody the artwork. You've got a guy who with some kind of injury on his chest. Close up, and then right here, this is such a hero shot. I love this breaking the panel borders here. This is a shot that I think I would have chosen. That's why I'm attracted to it. It is pretty cool.
Tell Marco.
This is the thing. Looking up at heroes, when you're like, it lends them stature. It makes them look cool. Yes. And I don't know. This art looks clean, animated. Oh, holy!
Nice.
Yeah, I was about to add something to that next page. There is the art has a great sense of flow to it. You know, I like Eddie Granov for like posters and stuff, but my criticism of him has always been it always seems like stills. With what your artist is doing here, there's a sense of motion. I feel that monster leaping out of the page basically with the way that it's done. So
yeah, look at the spittle. Look at the shape of the spittle. You know, it's interesting. It is in motion. Everything is the blood and everything. Great biting here. Oh, look at the. You know what it reminds me of? It's like a super exaggerated Joe Madureira as well, which I guess is Scotty Young. You know, it's a same kind of style. But this looks like fun for kids.
It gets pretty adult.
Like
if you scroll down, you're gonna see Heidi naked.
Oh, really? Okay, so let's see what's up with that.
Ooh, that lung shot, yo.
He's got those curvy lungs.
This is just beautiful work. Great coloring too. Who's your colorist?
Tanya Wicker from Russia. She's very mysterious, and I don't ask her questions because I like to pretend she's like a Russian spy and stuff. She's like, I like to imagine her like she's on Sputnik, like coloring my comic. Like, all right, you know, we will beam it down when we are done, comrade. You know, she's awesome. And she colored the first version of Monster MD, and I asked for her to come back on, and I didn't know if she was gonna sign up for another round of redoing this book, and she did, and I've been so thankful. There's Heidi.
Really.
There are her lungs. She's smoking, so all you can see is the smoke filling her lungs. That is fantastic.
It is. That's brilliant.
It seemed like a good intro, you know.
Yeah, that is hilarious.
Oh, it's
And
fantastic.
I've always loved the Invisible Man, and so to do the Invisible Woman as his, sidekick was just a given. It's just there's too much fun. You know?
Look at the motion here. I mean, this is an A+. This is so good. Is this Frankenstein?
This is a golem, a guardian automaton. That is someone is having guard this abandoned church.
Wow, it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at that! Look, this guy should be working for television. I mean, this is really great. This is so animated. It's so alive.
Kind of
Monster MD. What a great look! Wow, is this a syringe?
Yep, syringe poon or heart
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. This is a book people need to back as well. I mean, I think we've got a good crowd tonight. Rise Again Comics. So you've got your cover all laid out. They're going to be able to get a sketchbook. Look at this. This is really. By the way, be careful. Print. Don't underprint your sketchbook. Okay. Learn a lesson. And this is the Sashi cover, I guess, or poster.
Or poster. Yes. Amazing
really
enough
nice.
work.
Yeah, that's really nice. And then we have some black and white work here as well. Some pages that haven't been colored yet. So the book looks like it's pretty much almost finished. I mean, there's a lot of work here.
Yeah.
It looks like it's ready to go to print. And you've got some stretch goals as well. Obviously, you've done this. You've got the pins, so people are all going to get pins. You've got bonus art unlocked, so you've got a fan art gallery added to the main book. At 20K, a sexier cover. What does that mean?
We got a harder cover, a heavier stock. And we're going to do a matte cover with some spot gloss UV. So it'll be a little bit fancier, a little bit more cool.
Oh, I like that.
Nice. I thought it was more lungs.
At 25K, you get a bomber patch. That patch looks pretty bad. If you were to put this patch on your jacket and people just looked at it, they would think there was something wrong with you, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'd be like, what gang is he in? Like, what biker club does he belong to?
They'd be afraid of you. And that's probably a good thing. You do want
I was
people
going
to be
for
afraid
it,
of you.
I wanted a tough patch. I didn't want like some goofy,
Well,
whatever.
that's a good one you can put on like your patch vest if you're a metalhead.
Oh, for sure.
Self included.
Which is very much like the attitude of the comic. It's got a very punky kind of attitude with the way the characters are and the way that.
Yeah, I noticed the Mayhem shirt. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Good eye.
35K flying colors. 30K, you get a bonus chapter. So it's every time you hit a 5,000, you're adding a lot of quality. You're adding a lot of stuff to the campaign, which is good of you. And then look at this, 45K team bonus, pay bonus for my artist, colorist, and letter. Did you get that idea from me?
I completely did.
Yes.
I stared at it, your campaign for a while and like figured out what I wanted to do. I think that's how you're going to do a good campaign is you're going to steal like an artist. You're going to borrow in good ways, effective ways. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you know, I stole my entire campaign from your boy Zach. I mean, you know, his whole thing was just keep it simple, 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 simple. And remember that most people they're not going to study your campaign. They don't want to put up with your little jokes. They don't want to look at too many tiers. They really kind of just want to know that they're not missing out. Just tell me the thing to buy that I don't miss out. And that's the thing. So this is it. Signed comic plus sketchbook. Simple as that. And this is the if they buy at the $50 tier, are they basically getting all of the content, or is there a better tier that they should be getting?
You're getting all the goodies of the book. The higher tiers, you start to get fun things like a poster of Heidi. You get there's a T-shirt tier. So it's
we got to teach you guys about that. You screwed up.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a T-shirt, by the way, but I mean, you guys could be doing these through Crypto Fashion and not even worry about it. I'm just not even worry about it.
That sounds so much better.
It is, and I get a monthly paycheck from them. They sell, I'll mention my shirts in all my videos, and I get a check from them, and I don't think about it. It just happens, and they do really, really well. Everybody should pretty much be working through Crypto Fashion, if only because, first of all, they're great customer service, but also the quality of their gear is unsurpassed. Unless you're PewDiePie, which I'm sure he's got much better stuff. Just for regular guys like us, this is people who get my CYBERFROG shirt go, this is the nicest T-shirt that I own. I'm like, yep, that's awesome. That's the way it should be. Nice. Digital Deluxe, $18. Signed comics, $25. There's your official T-shirt. Again, this is a badass heavy metal T-shirt. I mean, that's cool. You could wear that while you're playing guitar in a speed metal band. You could wear that. You could wear that under a blazer.
A blazer with your bomber patch on it.
Yes.
There we go. You guys are good.
Signed comic and poster, $40. I'm gonna say comic sketchbook poster. The $65 tier seems to be the one that you should get. Right? Because that you get the poster, you get everything.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can take or leave the T-shirt. But if you just want all of the printed stuff, all the stuff to read, this seems to be the one that you can that you should get. And then you've got the bigger things, your name in the book. I did that. I had your name in the book, like a special thank you in the book for $500. I think we sold like 19 of those, which was cool. And Monster Dose. What is Monster Dose? Oh, your name in the book and your face in the book.
You get to be drawn as a monster in the book, like
nice.
hanging out with Heidi and Wyatt.
Yeah. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, this is another just fantastic book, Vaughn. Are you you're at $24,108 right now, or $307 right now? So you're picking up some new backers.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting these projects. Really do appreciate it. These are projects that are worth. I'm so proud of you guys.
We stepped up. We heard, and it was because you inspired us, though.
Yeah.
Oh well, if I did, I'm honored. I look at so many of these campaigns and I'm just like, you're not quite there yet. You're not quite there yet. You guys are doing like some of this stuff, and don't take this as an insult, but you guys deserve Eisner Awards. I know that
How would that
Eisners
be
are
an
meaningless because Eisner Awards are meaningless. SJW garbage.
Yeah.
But
Gotcha.
you guys,
the instant Ta-Nehisi Coates got
true.
one, it kind of went downhill.
Yes, true. I just want to add about Monster MD. You get 113 pages. You get tons of horror movie references hidden throughout, like Easter egg style, so the fans could find them. I think that'd be kind of fun for you. And you get to see almost every monster you've ever loved, like make a cameo at some point. So I brought all the fun guns and I fired them off like a grand finale. And that's what this book is. And I put my heart and soul in this. It's got it all. It's not just everything I've been like thinking of lately. This is something I feel like I've been working on forever with every comic I've made, it's been to get to this point. So I'm really proud of it. I'm proud of our team, and I'm just really pumped to share this with everyone.
Well, I'm pumped about it too, but you don't have every single monster that I want to see.
That's
okay.
We'll see.
Well, no, I promise you, you don't. And I'm telling you right now, Manos, the Hands of Fate. Is there any way at this late date that we could get a cameo for Manos, the Hands of Fate, or his assistant Torgo with the knobby knees?
I want Trumpy.
Trumpy, yes.
Trumpy. Yeah, we gotta get
Yeah, we need Manos, or even better for Mystery Science Theater fans. This is the other one, EGOT. Richard Keel is a caveman.
EGOT.
There's got to be room for this, Vaughn. I mean, there's got to be room for EGOT or.
I gotta get Manos, EGOT, somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe even the MST3K guys could have a little like silhouette cameo.
Yeah.
These are the greatest monsters that I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen a lot of monsters. So
these are great. These are classics.
Micah Robinson for $1.99 says you do not provide a T-shirt size option, and he's right. Do you want to apologize to Micah Robinson now? Humbly.
Uh-oh.
Trick question. Never apologize. Never apologize. What's up with that? How do people get their T-shirts the right size?
I was just gonna communicate with like all 4 of our T-shirt purchasers, and I was gonna tell all 4 of them, "What size are you? Well, I'll hook you up. I got you."
Okay. So if you're number 5 with the T-shirt there, you might be the 5th person to buy one. I'm sure they'll be able to accommodate you. Cyborg Valkyrie says 36XL. I am not that fat. Whoa. You guys, they do this to me. They say I'm like 5XL. Now they're saying I'm 36XL. I'm maybe 2XL.
You cut down on the pies, didn't you?
Well, I haven't really cut down on the pies, but that doesn't make a difference. I'm still not 5XL. I mean, people exaggerate.
Ethan, I gotta break in and say thank you. We just broke 30K on Shinobi Sasquatch.
Oh, let's have a look here. Shinobi Sasquatch, boom, $30,025. Thank you guys. Just looking real quick again. Get the Double Trouble 2 book pack. Or what's the one that they should get, honestly?
Well, okay, Double Trouble, if you want to get a decent value, Double Trouble. You can sell that second book on eBay at some point, make your money back. But that $300 page, like you said, that's a really good deal for Rob Willis art. And someone has bought a page tonight, Ethan, based on being on the show tonight. So thank you. Thank you so much. I'm stoked. I'm stoked, man.
But no, let's just say, look, I want to make sure I don't miss any of the story or art. Like, what do I buy so that I get one of everything that I want to read?
Well, okay, without buying original art, which is $300, that stylish swag will get you the shirt, the trading cards, a print of the best splash page in the book, and a poster of the cover plus the book. That's the tier you want. That's about $60, I think.
$60 is a fair price. So for $60, you're not going to miss anything. And that's, with CyberFrog, people ask me all the time, like, how can I get one of everything? I just want to make sure I get one of everything.
Yeah,
and that's always the most popular tier. So Sheepburger shows up, says, I'm late to the party. What's the quick pitch for MD? Oh, let's go back. By the way, we do something called elevator pitches, which means 3 sentences, real quick, sum up your book, tell people what the story is and why they should read it. So Monster MD, let's hear you pitch Monster MD, Von Klaus.
All right, surgical prodigy and underground monster doctor, Dr. Wyatt Black wants out of the dangerous job of monster mending. But when his invisible assistant Heidi is kidnapped by his nightmare, the monster-killing madman that took his arm and ruined his medical career already, he has to depend on his paranormal patience more than ever before. So that's it.
Hell yeah, that was perfect. Let's just do Shinobi Sasquatch, and then we're going over to Flying Fortress. Give me that pitch for Shinobi Sasquatch.
All right. Bigfoot, trained as a master ninja, cursed with lycanthropy, defends the Pacific Northwest from evil, both monster and human, and will need to thwart a plan to take over the entire region.
Awesome. Sounds great. It sounds awesome. It sounds like fun. It sounds like what comic books are supposed to be. Am I gonna? Are there any transgender characters in here? And am I gonna have to hear about how there are 78 genders? And you know, is there a lot of diversity? Am I going to see one of every type of person on every single page and every panel?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess I'll just have to deal with a fun story about a monster and just people. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Flying Fortress, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Weathers is the letterer of everything in the world, and his book. He didn't letter CYBERFROG though. I didn't know about Eric when I hired my letterer.
It was literally like a week later. I got hired on to Graveyard Shift, and then the floodgates opened.
Yeah. I mean, it's once you're kind of in Comicsgate, you know, and you're able, like you're a colorist or you're a letterer, we're gonna keep you busy because you know everybody kind of looks at what everybody else is doing. So I don't. My letterer is great. I don't have any regrets. He's a great guy. But yeah, I didn't get to work with Eric this time. Maybe for a different project in the future. I hope. This is Flying Fortress Remastered by Eric Weathers. Eric lives in Wichita. I love how everybody's from kind of I don't know. It seems everybody's from the Midwest.
Yeah,
you know,
there's a lot of us out here.
It's
nice. Not flyover country to us.
No, it is the country. You know,
that's right.
Yeah, I got your back, EBS. Don't worry about it.
What Critias? What?
I said I got your back. East Coast sticks together. I got your back.
Hell yeah.
I'm East Coast too.
I'm more no coast here.
Yeah. Critias is up in like New York, right?
I left New York came down to Florida.
Oh,
he's hanging out with Elliot.
And me. I did the same thing.
Critias, stop acting like you're East Coast when you're in Florida. Florida is not East Coast; it's the South, dude.
Don't remind me.
I mean, it's technically East Coast, but like East Coast is like really you're like Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and New York, and that's East Coast. And then people who say they're from Vermont, you know, up there, no,
No, not Vermont.
Yeah, that's not the East Coast.
Tough Vermont, huh?
Yeah, sorry, Vermont. No, Vermont is its own thing. I mean, it's the Northeast, but the East Coast kind of just signifies like the tri-state area of Jersey, New York, and Delaware, I think.
Pretty much.
So Flying Fortress Remastered by Eric Weathers. By the way, you're at $12,609. You've got 10 days left, so people have a little bit of breathing room. But you know what? You could fall unconscious for like 9 days, guys.
You could.
It's possible that you're going to miss this because you waited. Because you waited around and you didn't support Eric Weathers when he needed you most.
I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. I really think that getting in, you got to get in early.
Yeah.
You never know what could happen.
All right, Eric, I'm going to grab a drink out of my fridge here. I'm going to grab a drink of water. Now, what I want you to do while I'm gone, it's only going to be about 1 minute.
Okay.
Tops. I want you to pitch Flying Fortress to people.
Absolutely.
Go.
I'm ready. Set in 1943, a top-tier B-17 crew goes on a secret mission to bomb Hitler. After sending him to a fiery death, they are shot down by an experimental aircraft and crash land in a world stuck in medieval times. Flying Fortress Remastered is a 200-page graphic novel featuring the entire story of 8 issues. The softcover book will be wrapped in a beautiful new cover with colors by Kyle Ritter. Updated designs, lettering, and art changes make this book a must-have. So basically, Flying Fortress Remastered is a book I did over the span of about 7 years, and we're putting it all together into one giant story, and it's over 200 pages. This crew, they think they are going to go on a mission to bomb Hitler, and, well, you know, they succeed, but then they are immediately shot down by an experimental fighter, a Horton 229, and they crash land in the in the Middle Ages and uncover an entire plot by the Infinite Reich to take over every dimension.
This guy's nose looks like mine. I just I noticed.
That's our captain. They're right there. That's our captain.
Yeah. The artwork reminds me of Howard Chaykin. Have people said that, or am I the only one that's stupid enough to say that?
You're the only one, but I'll take it.
Okay, Howard Chaykin artwork here. When Howard Chaykin was good, this is really
I was
cool.
about to say.
yeah, I know. Howard's getting a little older, but he's still great. But he's getting older. To Adolf with love. and it's a phallic-shaped bomb. So you can take that a couple of different ways.
Yeah.
This is the way I think she means it. Wow, this looks fantastic. Who's the artist? Is this you? You're the artist?
This is me, yeah. Pencils, inks, and colors, and letters.
Magnificent. And you said this is 100 and something pages?
Over 200.
200 pages.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, this is a big deal. All right, so let's see. Stretch goals, $4,000 unlocked. It's fully funded. $10,000 unlocked. High quality bookmark. Are you doing a high quality bookmark?
Well, it's 200 pages. You got to take a break. Yeah.
$12,000, an 11 by 17 Ted Lehman print.
Yeah. If you scroll down below, you'll see that print. It'll blow you away.
This is it? Oh
That's
my
it.
God.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Look at those Stephen Platt shells.
That was fan art sent to me. And I was like, dude, this is going to be a print in the book.
Awesome.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Watch out for this guy. In his Twitter, it says aspiring comic book artist. I think that title will go over
Very
pretty soon.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someday I hope I'm good enough to do comics. By the way.
That was in Rob's bio until like a month ago. I'm like, dude, change it to comic artist because you're friggin' there.
Yeah, I mean, at some point it just seems like you're being goofy. But I mean, this is fantastic. CyberFrog Vampirella just passed 41,000. Thank you guys for that.
Yeah.
Damn.
I have a bet with someone, by the way. I have a bet with someone who's anti-Comicsgate about where CyberFrog Vampirella is going to land. And I want to win. I do not want to lose this bet, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
It's Bitcoin.
No, I'm not betting. It's someone anti-Comicsgate. It's not Mike Miller.
Mike's Miller's not anti-comic.
Yeah.
I know. I was just breaking balls.
Flying Fortress Remastered is only possible with your support. I mean, this is a nice statement to the audience here. Thankfully, the art is finished, and after a few minor changes and updated lettering throughout the book, it will be ready to ship. We want this book in your hands ASAP. That's a great idea. It's a great thing to say. And let's look at the tiers real quick here.
Sure.
By the way, $12,609, guys. Well, I'm sorry, $12,954. We're selling a bunch of copies.
Thank you, everybody. Actually, Ethan, since you refreshed, I added something below what you just read. It's an easier way to look at the tiers. So I did some good graphics, but this you can get a nice look at everything that comes at every price point. So if you want to scroll back down below that Ted Lehman print, yeah.
Oh, okay, here we go. Well, do I have to refresh it?
You already did, so it should be there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Scrolling down, there we go. The impact. Oh, right here.
Right there. So this will be each tier, and I just put little graphics together showing everything that comes in.
That's pretty cool.
Graphic.
So this is what you're going to get. Oh, this is a good idea. Yeah. So $25. This is what you get. You get these. You get 4 random print. You don't get to choose the 4 that you get.
So yeah, originally I had just a $35 tier because it's a big book. I wanted a $25 buy-in. It's basically just prints. So these are prints that I had at cons over the years. That, I mean, they're ready to go. They'll come shipped. And I have this thing going of any stretch goal will go on every physical tier. So you're going to get the Lehman print. You're going to get Bombing Betty, which is the 2 Adolf with love. And you're going to get Billy Tucci's Rawhide Rosie, that print back there as well. And then there will be 4 random ones from that pile, and others. I mean, I have a bunch that I couldn't even post them all. So, and if people want to look at all of them, my DMs are open. We can make that happen.
That's cool. Oh, yeah. Always reach out. For $30, you get the PDF.
Yeah, the digital tier, PDF and CBZ, however you want your digital.
Okay, and $35, you're going to get the print. Is the print? But that's if the print happens, right? We didn't get. It did. Oh, it did.
Yeah, it unlocked at 12. So we just recently unlocked that print. That's why it's in the graphic. So
okay,
$35 was originally just the book, and then you've got now the bookmark and the print because we've unlocked them.
That's a good package, but obviously this is the best package for somebody who wants one of everything.
That's the one.
Okay, so for $50 in shipping, you're going to get the book. You're going to get the print of the cover that's colored by Kyle Ritter. You're going to get the Billy Tucci Rawhide Rosie poster print. You're going to get a high-quality bookmark. You're going to get the Waist Gunner print. And all of this stuff is excellent. I mean, this is a nice package of stuff. And this book, 200 pages long, you can just settle in. I mean, you know, settle in and have a nice read. That's a good deal. $60. Hey, look, for what, an extra $10, we're going to throw in another copy of the book. You can hang on to that one or give it to a friend. And then $75. What is this? Oh, you get a head sketch. What are you, nuts?
Similar to what John Malin did for Graveyard Shift. Inside the front cover, there will be a spot for head sketch. So if you got the 75 or higher, it's basically the $50 tier with it's going to be similar to that plague soldier you see there. That's that's like our stormtrooper in the story.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to be doing free sketches for $15.
Wow.
25.
No.
One book.
Oh, one book. Okay, you're right. All right, 25 still too low. It's a bargain. That's a really good bargain.
I like to give a good deal.
Yeah. $150. You get a penciled page. You get an original page.
Yep. And then everything that's in the $50 tier.
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
I got a lot of pages.
Oh, okay. That's a great deal. Obviously, those should sell out. $300 shipping. You get the book. You get an original inked page. You get the print, the bookmark, the Billy Tucci print, and then also the Waist Gunner print. And $400, you get a cover.
Yeah. So the original 8 issues, some of them are actually I just only penciled the covers and then did Photoshop magic to make it lines black. But of the inked covers, I have 4, and you're going to get all of that stuff you've seen plus that cover. Sometimes there are pencils and inks. And in the case of the one there in the graphic, it comes with both the pencils and the inks. And I'm going to throw in a floppy, a cat spanker, if you will, of that issue that it was originally drawn for.
Wonderful. All right, so $800. This is the ultimate. You get the remastered original cover. There's only one of these. This is the cover.
Yep.
And then everything else.
Right.
So these are good deals. This was a good graphic to just show people what they're actually going to be receiving, so they don't have to just picture it. This is it.
And that'll update as more stretch goals unlock. I'll just plop on more items on that infographic.
And guys, I mean, Eric Weathers, obviously, he is big time Comicsgate. He's lettering almost everyone's book. Congrats, you just jumped over 13,000.
Thank you.
He is, he's everywhere. His name is going to be in every single one of the books except for, I guess, CYBERFROG, because I'm the odd man out. But for goodness sakes, this is extraordinary. Be a part of this. Support Eric Weathers and Flying Fortress. A B-17 crew on a mission to bomb Hitler shot down and crash lands in a medieval world. Why couldn't that happen to me? My life.
I have a couple more things that I think the people need to know about.
Like what?
Well, our $20,000 goal, stretch goal, I've got some names lined up, and I have some artwork I can show. I can screen share.
Okay, well, let me stop sharing. Hold on for a second. And now my microphone's right in my face.
Right here.
Okay.
So people that backed at the $35 level are going to want themselves a Billy Tucci print. So if we reach 20,000, I'm going to do everybody's doing trading cards. Well, my book is set in World War II. So postcards make more sense. So I have a series of postcards that I'm going to do, and I've got some heavy hitters lined up. We've got, obviously, Billy Tucci. We've got Kyung Lee with Battle Maiden. This will be nose art. Not only will it be a postcard of nose art, but all of these are going to go on planes in the book. So they are going to be canonical bombers within the story.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And I have one more. It's still just a sketch. One more to show you, but I have other names to tell you about. This is Matthew Weldon, and we're working on a name for her as well. But I think I was talking to Von Clausen. What did we come up with?
Fanny Farmer.
Fanny Farmer. We're looking for nice alliteration names. And then I've also got Malin lined up, and Kelsey Shannon, and Elliot Fernandez. So there's going to be a 6-pack of postcards if we reach 20,000. And everybody's going to get these. If you back physical, you're going to get these.
Yeah, that is a hell of a lineup.
That's sweet.
Phenomenal. You've got everyone.
Yeah. I mean, they could use Ethan if he's not too busy.
Well, we'll see. I got a bunch of stuff, but I'd be honored. I got to do. I still got to do the Vestige cover. You know.
Yeah, and you've got like 400 comics to do sketches on too.
Yes,
that number is.
that's a lot. I'm going to be very busy.
And then one more thing, if you want to get a T-shirt, I mean, just go to my crypto fashion store.
Really? So you do have a crypto fashion store?
I do. So you can get the Kyle Ritter cover of the book on a shirt, or the upcoming Operation Zephyr as a poster or a shirt.
Oh, I love it. That's great news.
Teasing the future.
You're just showing off.
Everything. Okay, hold on a second. I'm adding a new perk. By the way, somebody said, "Hey, Ethan, why don't you create a perk for CYBERFROG Vampirella?" Which is everything now with the new poster, the books and the poster. So
there you go.
That's what I'm going to do right now. Wait a second. Let me just double check something because I might have gotten something wrong. Oh, I did get something wrong.
That usually happens.
Yeah, it always does happen with me every single time.
I believe when it's created here, that's the same thing that happens.
All right, everything signed. Wait, all the books. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. Plus the poster, also signed. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, you know, it makes it simple. There are people who want to support this, you know, especially since I said I made a bet with someone. And by the way, if you knew who the person was that I bet with, you'd be pissed. You'd be pissed. It's someone, you know, son of a bitch. Okay. Boom. New perk up there. All the books signed plus poster, $150. So that's not my biggest tier. This is the CYBERFROG Vampirella campaign, I should just say, is probably the easiest campaign that I've launched to date. There aren't any big priced tiers. It's all pretty inexpensive. And it is, of course, let me see. Where is it? Where did I put it? Oh, right here. Sorry, guys. View campaign. We'll see where we're at. Yeah, $41,025. Thank you guys for the support for this. This is great. We're selling a bunch of these. People are asking, what is the status of this? I am going to print on this week. I've kind of decided where I think the print run is going to land. I took a guess. I was generous with the guess. So we're just going to go to print with this. I would really like to have these in hand at the same moment that I have CYBERFROG Blood Honey in hand, so that suddenly in the month of July, we are swamped with CYBERFROG stuff. Everyone's holding up CYBERFROG books. Everyone has CYBERFROG books. Everyone has the Vampirella books. It's just CYBERFROG and Salamandroid all over the place, coming out of people's ears. Coming out of people's ears. That's all I want. And then we'll also launch the trading card campaign and all of that stuff as well. So that's the plan. If you haven't yet backed CYBERFROG and Vampirella, please do. The link is in the description. In fact, all of the links are in the description for all of these projects. And you guys are supporting them. I really do appreciate it. Let's go back and just look at Shinobi Sasquatch really quick here. Shinobi Sasquatch by Cal Jameson is at $30,175. 605 backers. People who are new here who haven't seen me do a Comicsgate live in a little while might be like, hey, who are these new guys? I want everyone to kind of introduce themselves. Cal Jameson, how are you?
I'm great, man. So awesome.
What is Shinobi Sasquatch about?
So Shinobi Sasquatch is about a Bigfoot who is trained as a master ninja. He's cursed with lycanthropy, and he defends the Pacific Northwest from all kinds of crazy evil, whether it be supernatural or not. In book one, he uncovers a plot by an evil kind of like Lovecraftian cult to enslave the entire region of already zombies to be even more zombie-like and take over the nation and then the world. So that's book one, is him, thwarting that plot.
Oh, it's beautiful. And this is some of the best art I think that I've seen in Comicsgate. Again, this stuff is really to my taste. And I love the cartoony style of Monster MD. I certainly love the art style of Flying Fortress, but like this is like the way I want to draw.
Yeah.
Ethan, I have one of Rob's most recent panels up on my page. If you want to share my page, I've got a couple of the hipster witches. People are loving the ladies that Rob draws. So yeah.
What page? What page?
It's up on my. I'm screen sharing. I'm screen sharing it right now.
Let me stop sharing. Hold on a second here.
Yeah, it's a couple of the this chimnea that you're going to see in a second becomes a fire demon pretty soon that Shinobi Sasquatch fights.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, right here. Okay. Oh, yeah.
My
Look
chimney,
at that.
an adorable fish. It's just a giant fish.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
That's
amazing.
I love that rendering on the fire and smoke.
Yeah, Rob, I'm telling you, he levels up every time he draws a page. He drew pages 1 through 3 already, like several months ago. Decided to redraw them. So the pages that you guys were all looking at, those are his second pass at those pages. This guy is a perfectionist. He's dedicated to the craft. He's a guy you definitely want to follow, whether you back this book or not, and I hope you do. Rob Willis is a name you're gonna want to keep on your radar.
Okay, let's see. We've got VINNIE T is also here, and we're gonna introduce Vinny. How do you pronounce your last name? Tartamella.
Tartamella. Yeah, Tartamella.
Okay.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Jeez,
Yeah, no
I like
problem,
didn't even want to try. You know, it's like it's all right. So let me see here. Let me see if this link works. Your link is it? So you just put a link in the chat. Was that it? Was that the link?
Yeah.
Okay, because I just added it. To the whatchamacallit, the description of the video. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to Vinnie Tartamella. Vinny, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Thanks, Ethan. I really appreciate coming on here too. I'm a former McFarlane toy designer, lead designer. I've done stuff for Randy Bowen, for Diamond Select. So I've been in the industry like that, and I've done covers for Image Comics as well, and various other places. I work with Tim Seeley on Hack Slash. I did a couple of covers for him.
I love that dude.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. But I had a campaign. This is my second campaign, actually. This is an art book project. My first one was Through the Woods. I didn't get fully funded because it was my first campaign and I shot way too high because I was brand new to Indiegogo, so I didn't really know. But I'm going to eventually reopen that one. But I wanted to let people see my projects and my other artwork. So I set together a 52-page art book showcasing all different stuff that I've done over the years too. I got hot chicks, I got heroes, villains, monsters, pinup. I mean, you name it, portraits, just a whole bunch of different stuff in here. So I kept this campaign pretty simple after learning from the first one. But I did go on I only made it for like 30 days. And I did have a stretch goal I was trying to hit. I'm giving it like another week anyway. If I hit 5K, I was going to give all my backers a second volume for free. So it was another 52-page art book.
That's cool. Why do we have Larry King with your Michelle Obama book? Look at these horrible people holding up your comics.
Melted candles.
Tell me about it. No, that's some of the other work I've done. I did these portraits for various people. I mean, it wasn't just political. It was all sorts of different stuff. Like I did the Beatles, Princess Diana, a bunch of them. But those got a lot of media coverage.
I thought you were just beaming.
The ladies from The View. I was like, no. All right, well, screw them. But you've worked for Diamond Select Toys. You've worked for Bowen, Capcom, McFarlane Toys. Todd McFarlane is, I wouldn't say.
The man?
Yeah, like, he is, he's the guy I probably admire most in the comic book industry. I think he has earned admiration.
Yeah, growing up reading all those books, I was totally into all that stuff. Absolutely. And Todd, he's an interesting cat. he's a little crazy too, but I mean, with someone who gets that kind of fame, like, you know, who doesn't go a little nuts, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a story there for sure.
Well, yeah, he's Canadian too, so.
What I mean is what he did with business, his business.
Oh
sense.
yeah, what he did is amazing.
It's amazing.
Oh, absolutely. Because I remember everybody made fun of him with the baseballs, but he made a fortune with that. Because he brought it on tour, but not only that, he brought all those figures. He did all those baseball figures. He made a killing, and nobody knows about.
What did he do with Madonna's bra, though? I mean, that's the weird thing. You know, he bought the pointed Madonna bra from the 1990s.
Yeah, see, I told you, he's a little wacky.
Yeah. Well, he's a little wacky, but the guy's a genius, and he goes his own way, which is something I really admire. You know, Todd McFarlane consistently made his own choices when everyone else doubted him and told him he was wrong. People in this industry are goddamn idiots. I mean, you can't listen to a word they say. They all assert themselves as though they know what's best when all of them are eating cat food out of tins and living with 8 other roommates. You know, in a single person flat. You can't listen to them. And Todd never did, and he always succeeded. And you know, this is the thing. We've got VINNIE T, who designed toys for Todd McFarlane. His book, The Art of Vinnie Tartamella, is available now. I put the link in the description. Obviously, you know, when you go to a convention, you might meet Vinnie, and Vinnie would have prints for sale. You know, prints are good, but I mean, I'm a guy who really likes artwork. Prints are expensive. I think I'd much rather just buy an art book that has all of the prints in it, so I can just kind of go through and say, wow, Vinnie's really good, and he draws hot chicks. And by the way, his likenesses are dynamite, and it's no wonder a genius like Todd McFarlane would hire Vinnie. And anyone who doesn't like Vinnie can go to hell.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Did I go too far there?
No,
that was
you went just the right amount.
You're just fine.
Yeah,
Micah, you would tell me if I went too far.
I was just going to give you the excuse that you were quoting Alice Cooper. So,
yes, I was quoting Alice Cooper.
Yes,
I was quoting Alice Cooper.
Very convincing.
Yeah,
Well,
thank you.
And going back on that too, you were right about those guys being idiots too, because I was actually supposed to work on Amazing Spider-Man years ago. I was 2 weeks out from signing a contract to work on it.
Yeah.
And Joe Q stepped in and put one of his friends on instead. So yeah, they are idiots.
That sounds like the most Quesada thing ever.
Yeah.
I hate that guy.
Just to let you guys know that too. But
I'm gonna win this bet, Joe.
I knew it. Oh, I knew it.
And just to let you guys know too, I'm going to be doing a convention in Florida coming up in this week. But after that, I'm going to launch a brand new campaign. If it's cool, I'm going to show you guys the cover, which
looks awesome.
Right.
Hold on a second. Let me. I gotta share your screen.
Okay. Let me know when it's up.
All right.
Yeah, City of Venus.
So, you know, Venus is a planet. What? There's a city of Venus.
Well, it's the story that I made. This is actually going to be a 28-page comic book. And again, if I don't meet that stretch goal like this week for the art book, I'm going to attach volume 2 onto this campaign so everybody knows that. Yeah, no, this is going to be a futuristic book set very far into the future, but it's got hot chicks, it's got monsters, action straight throughout. So I'm gonna get more into that a little bit later, but I at least wanted to show you guys the cover for it.
Okay, awesome. I love it. Somebody's quoting me. Venus is a planet. EVS 2019. You can quote me on that. I mean, I stand by that. I actually do stand by that. All right, I'm going to go through the campaigns really quick again, and we're going to look at everything. Critias, is that okay with you?
Yes, sir.
Antonio, what do you think of all this? Does it piss you off?
Yes, I am fuming right now because I keep thinking that you've given my guest room away. And
Antonio, relax, man. I can feel your rage over here.
Antonio, you know, I've got people coming over this weekend. I told you I got tickets for Frankie Avalon.
Yes,
the Frankie Avalon Beach Blanket Bingo concert. And I got friends coming over. They're going to be sleeping in the guest room.
them in the yard.
That really pisses
They're going to
me
be
off.
sleeping in
Put them in the yard.
Antonio's room, is what you're saying.
What he considers to be his room,
Yeah.
but evidently, you know.
You said that I would have a room, and I thought I made me feel special, and then you just like, yeah, you don't have a room there.
All right, let me go through these campaigns and let's see where they're at. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your support and all of that stuff. We've got Flying Fortress, Eric Weathers. I want to remind you to support Eric Weathers, who is the letterer of Comicsgate, but he's also got his own book.
Yep.
He's picked up quite a few backers tonight. He's at $13,294. Thank you guys.
And at 15, we get that bomber patch.
We need the bomber patch, for God's sake, guys.
Yeah.
Make it happen tonight. We just need $1,700 more dollars, and we can make that a reality. And I'm sure the thing about these live streams is that they get rewatched. So, you know, we let it coast overnight, and then we wake up in the morning and go, oh, my campaign did even better than I thought. That's the great thing about it. All right, so Shinobi Sasquatch right now. Oh my God, this art's so good, dude.
Thank you, Ethan.
Beautiful.
It's really good. Cal Jameson is at $30,280.
Yeah.
Which is pretty nice. 30
Made over $1,000 tonight, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna do better. We got to get the word out about these books because you guys wouldn't let me talk about them, and that was the problem. You know, I was like, please come on my show. When you guys were like, nah, we're busy. Monster MD. Von Klaus is at let me refresh this. By the way, this is just another brilliant $25,000.
Thank you.
All right. A big winner tonight.
Thank you, guys. Everybody who backed a physical copy is getting a bomber patch now. So congrats.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
I think Monster MD cleaned up tonight. Vinny just gets in at the tail end, I'm afraid. And guys, please do support the art of Vinny Tardamella. The link is in the description. Vinny, I want to talk to you about something. You know, Brianna Wood.
Oh no! Oh no!
What is that?
It's the tiny little mouth with the dirty teeth.
They tried to cancel me once. This woman, I'm being gracious there, tried to cancel me during Gamergate. I don't like her.
Are you serious? What do you mean tried to cancel you?
I wrote an article literally just defending myself and my positions on things during the whole Gamergate drama when I wrote for a website called Tech Raptor. Well, she didn't like the fact that I was critical of one Zoe Quinn. And she tried to, so the article at the top of it was this meme of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. saying, I have a Dreamcast. And he's holding a Sega Dreamcast in his hand. She tried to say I was a racist for that.
I do feel offended. I got to be honest about it right now. So.
Yeah, Antonio is black. Antonio, how do you feel about that? How does that make you feel?
I'm so offended. It makes me want to plug my Sega Dreamcast that I still have.
Man after my own heart.
Makes you want to plug it right into the wall and start playing it again.
Yeah, I still got my Soul Calibur and a couple of my Sonic games and Resident Evil and all that. Yeah.
This is a visual depiction of how Antonio was made to feel by that right here. I wish I could zoom in tighter. That's how Antonio feels about what you just said, Micah.
Yeah, she's triggering me to go take a deuce.
Oh my God, dude. Oh, I'm so glad I wasn't a part of Gamergate. But you know what? It's funny because it's like, you know, all of these gates have their own supervillains, and we've got ours, and mine are kind of boring. I mean, honestly, Renfamous and Mark Wade and Gail Simone and who else? And SJW Spider-Man. I'm done with them. I'm done.
Yeah.
What's Renfamous's superpower? Is it, you know, just the ability to get banned off Twitter constantly?
That's funny. Yeah. I don't know what Renfamous is even. I mean, I have no idea. Renfamous is kind of like the culmination of what every SJW wishes they could be like. You know what I mean? They look at her and they go, oh my God, like I wish I could be like Renfamous.
They're not setting the bar very high, are they?
No. Well, I mean, you know, the ultimate smarmy, snarky, like cruel, rude. snotty bitch. That's what they want to be. So that's Renfamous. That's why she does really, really well. SJW Spider-Man, I have no idea what his thing is, but he watches every single one of these live streams. And it's really important to him. But AnimeGate is first of all, Gamergate has some pretty great villains. Anita Sarkeesian dude, I mean, honestly, she grates under my skin. Brianna Wu is insane. These characters, and what's the other one? The Five Guys girl.
They also have
Zoe Quinn. Yes.
Yeah.
Who invaded comics as well and failed there too.
She took like 80 grand from her backers and never produced a game.
That is I mean, those are good supervillains. Now, AnimeGate is even better at this point. I mean, AnimeGate or Weeb Wars. I mean, the enemies of Yellow Flash. Yellow Flash, I hope you're not mad that I threw you off earlier. But as you can see, I had work to do. Yellow Flash and Tug, these guys and Nick Rekieta, they're fighting back against some of the worst human beings. It's always, these people are always so bad. Like they're fighting to ruin someone's life. Inevitably, what this is it's all about like someone fighting to ruin other people's lives. And then like the gators, as we end up getting called, are just people saying, stop it. And we're just fighting to get them to stop trying to ruin other people's lives. And comic books. Are ruining we're gonna ruin comics, and if you try to stop us, we're gonna ruin your life. We're gonna ruin video games, and if you try to stop us, we're gonna ruin your life. We are going to ruin. I don't even think they're trying to ruin anime. They're just trying to ruin this one guy. Just let us destroy Vic Mignogna for our own amusement. No, then we're gonna fuck you up. And that's kind of the whole thing about Weeb Wars right now. I'm like, what do you get out of this? Like Arms Girl, what do you get out of this, you weirdo?
Arms Girl.
Well, since we're talking superpowers and weaknesses, their super weakness is litigation, apparently.
Yeah.
That's true. I've had a legal. I've got lawyers. I'm trying to sue. I've got them watching very carefully to see if there's anything they can do. Because I would. There are certain people within Comics I would love to get into a lawsuit too. But we're working on that. We're gathering evidence. We're in the gathering evidence phase. But in the meantime, I'm watching your boy Zach, and he is like right in the heart of it, suing Mark Waid. He's got a pretty ironclad case. Jeremy Hambley did really, really well. I'm kind of jealous of these guys. I need something like that. Brianna Wu takes aim at Star Trek actor William Shatner. He fires back. I hope it wasn't just set to stun, sir. You can go ahead and alter those settings on that phaser. Shoot to kill. Star Trek actor William Shatner, who played Captain Kirk in Star Trek the original series, found himself in the middle of an internet argument about autism and how society should accommodate those with the disorder. Of course, congressional candidate Brianna Wu threw herself into the argument, attempting to take a shot at Shatner. The actor quickly shot her down with a firm response about her own past. The argument came about from a number of disgruntled fans who were upset about Shatner's choice of autism charity. Shatner has raised funds for Autism Speaks, going back as far as why is Autism Speaks wrong? You guys rock. Thanks for supporting Autism Speaks. Sound off for Autism Speaks, MBB. In fact, the argument appears to stem from my Shatner sucks, guys. You can say it.
It's all right. It's no Palpatine.
You're doing Shatner?
Oh God, right in my heart. Can you do better? Like, see this where he's saying he tweeted that I was yelling. Can you read that as William Shatner?
Let's see. He tweeted that I was yelling. I just see.
You just see yourself. Oh, hold on a second. Let me lock this screen on me, and we'll try this experiment again. Okay, go ahead.
Tweeted that I was yelling. It's Critius. Let me see. Let me click on this. Okay. At Autistic People for trying to educate me on Autism Speaks. I did block him for misrepresenting the facts.
That was good. That last part was good.
I started to feel it more. I haven't done Shatner in a while.
All right, we'll try again with the next one. Here we go. Do this one.
They don't like the fact that support Autism Speaks, apparently, unless you agree with them, and support organizations that they want you to. It's unacceptable, so they attack.
That's right. All right, so
Good.
Cat Sith says, William Shatner thinks it's brainwashed for autistic people to seek to create a society that accommodates their needs instead of wanting to cure autism. All right. You want to go ahead and do William Shatner again?
Oh, you adapt to society, not vice versa. And nothing can be done about that.
Excellent. All right. She pointed to a number of Star Trek episodes where Captain Kirk went out of his way in an attempt to change certain people's attitudes on issues. Oh, here comes Brianna Wu.
Now I have to do Brianna Wu?
Can you?
I can do that. I can do that.
List of Star Trek episodes where Kirk fights for the exact opposite. The enemy within, tomorrow's yesterday, once women. Oh, women. I love women. Balance of Terror, City on the Edge of Forever, also known as My Husband, Errand of Mercy, Devil in the Dark. You only imagine what that is in reference to. Savage Curtain, The Way to Eden, which is definitely not me. Requiem for Mythius.
What the hell is she talking about? In classic Shatner social media fashion, the actor shot back and reminded Wu of her own past conspiracy theory statement.
I love this man.
Wu previously claimed that the moon is probably the most tactically valuable military ground for Earth. She added, rocks dropped from the moon have the power of...
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Classic Brianna Wu.
Small space rocks can indeed do nuclear weapon scale damage if hitting the Earth at orbital speeds, but launching one from the moon, even setting aside issues of aiming, would still brilliant. Would still require escaping the satellite's gravitational field, a task that requires the power and thrust contained in a huge rocket. Shatner made full use of the quote, calling Wu's idea sci-fantasy, and then stating she must be a Star Wars fan.
Actually, I think she put that off Justice League Unlimited, but I could be wrong.
Now, this is what makes me laugh about this is that, like, even if this were possible, like, even if this wasn't like the most brain damaged thing anyone's ever heard, she is saying, like, her issue is, look, a nuclear bomb is good, but I can think of something that'll do 100,000 times the damage. You know what I mean? It's like, I can destroy. Yeah, I mean, a nuclear bomb can do a lot of damage, but like, I can destroy the whole world if you'll let me. Like, I've got plans to destroy the whole world. This is an SJW talking. Like, this is a power mad, crazy individual
who is running for office.
Who wants power? Oh my God!
You know, Ryan Johnson somewhere is slow clapping.
All right, so William Shatner responding to Brianna Wu.
Spock. Okay, that's how I warm up. Isn't Brianna the one who claimed the government could hurl rocks from the moon and target people to be killed here on Earth? Must be a Star Wars fan. That's definitely sci-fantasy. Oh my God, he's amazing. He's just yeah. Must be thinking Death Stars, Brianna.
He's awesome. Funny.
He's as big a troll as Trump, man. He's so good. Oh my gosh.
So I don't know. This goes on and on. I just, Micah, I hope you enjoyed that. William Shatner is taking up the fight for you.
Oh, I'm almost thinking about getting rid of my Star Wars posters and putting up ones of Star Trek instead. Almost. It's the original trilogy. I can't really part with it that easy.
Well, all right. Well, maybe this will make you change your mind.
You just need a poster of Shatner.
Fair point. I'll put it on one of my desks here.
Yeah.
Just winking and pointing at you.
Yeah.
How come I can't find it? I had it a second ago. Oh, look at Bleeding Cool's Rich Johnson. Oh, look at this, by the way. Did you guys see Typhoonicorn?
Unfortunately.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why did Storm want to turn into Typhoonicorn? What is going on?
I saw War Campaign did a whole thing about it on their show today, and I'm like, I'm not going to duplicate War Campaign, but Typhoonicorn is a what would you call it? A cross dresser?
Drag queen.
Yeah. And they gave Marvel.
Yeah, they have this thing for putting drag queens into all these places where drag queens are an adult sexual nightclub performance art. They're that's what they do. That's their thing. But they're putting them into libraries and having them read to kids, and they're putting them into they want them to be mainstream. But it's weird because they're dressed up in their performance art stuff, but they're treating them like they're these like, you know, people on the edge of society we never accepted or something. It's really weird.
They're treating them like superheroes.
Well, now they're doing it to children, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting crazy.
You know, if I'm ever being mugged, I don't think I want to be saved by a drag queen. I mean, I thank you.
What if you were mugged by a drag queen?
Oh, that would be different. But I'm just saying, in this case, like the hero was the drag queen. It's a typhoonicorn. No, thank you. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, no, thank you. Just let me get stabbed to death.
I'd rather be
Thank you, typhoonicorn. You're my hero. Like, there's no way. Just let me die. Star Wars, The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson endorses toxic Star Wars fan Ethan Van Sciver response. This is the great John F. Trent, Bounding Into Comics, which is not garbage tier. It's actually a pretty good site.
I was just on their channel earlier today.
You were on the Bounding Into Comics channel?
Yeah, they have a YouTube channel, and I was a distinguished guest. I almost said extinguished, but that would have been different.
Yeah, I didn't. Just little ashes blowing in the wind.
Is it John F. Trent who runs the channel?
It was John and Jorge.
Oh, I like it. Star Wars: The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson took to Twitter to endorse toxic Star Wars fan and the editor at large for RogerEbert.com Matt Zoller sites. I made a rude joke that fortunately nobody ever got, because I'm like, Roger Ebert was a great director. He loved movies, but he changed his mind about Jaws towards the end of his life. Now, that is a horrible joke.
Oh my
a horrible
gosh.
joke that fortunately nobody got, and we'll just move on from there. Okay, all right.
I'm with you.
Sites took to Twitter and stated, feeling a bit cranky today, so I'm going into threads where people unnecessarily talk shit about The Last Jedi and letting them know that I think it's a classic that only gains from repeat viewings.
How do you get that bored?
Okay, Mr. Cranky Pants.
And you're cranky. You're feeling a bit cranky. That's what they make Midol for. I mean, to be honest with you, relax.
Or at least ice cream, for the love of God.
Please never.
So
let
he's
me
basically saying, I want to pick a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Rian Johnson responds with, I love you.
I love you.
It's like, thank you for doing that. Thank you for going out there and picking fights with people who hate The Last Jedi. I really appreciate it. Ethan Van Sciver would respond to Slice's original tweet by informing him The Last Jedi didn't get any repeat viewings. And it didn't. I mean, Last Jedi lost $1 billion versus The Force Awakens. People will say, yeah, but there's always the drop-off. How? Why is there a drop-off? You would think that a Star Wars movie that made $2 billion and change, the next one should make even more than that, if not the same. There shouldn't be a $1 billion drop-off.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It's unprecedented from first movie to sequel. I've never seen that happen.
I mean, look at Marvel's Avengers. Just kept going up and up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. That's because average filmgoers found it cynical and warped. They're correct. Defending it guns blazing is mentally ill. Matt Zoller cites it's mentally ill to do that. And he talks about he's like, the drop off of the second film in Star Wars trilogy has been almost identical over the decades. Not true. Data Racer points out that The Last Jedi had a historic $151 million decline in its second weekend at the box office. That is the biggest drop-off of any movie between its first and second weekends in theaters, according to Forbes magazine.
Wow.
So that's a pretty good talking point. That should shut the mouth of any soylent grin.
Should. Yeah, I was gonna say should is the key word here.
Exactly. You would think.
Right. So this is actual Data Racer 117, who's one of my favorite Twitter users because he's just on the money with Star Wars. He cracks down on Star Wars. He's like, seems like we have actual proof fans didn't return to see it versus your anecdotal evidence that, quote, a lot of people saw it more than once. God, Data Racer, thank you for all that you do. I know I tell you that in private and you say shut up, but thanks for all you do. And again, I said, surely you must have better talking points than this movie is aimed primarily at selling action figures to children. Is more profoundly amazeballs with repeated viewings. I'll tell that to my 8-year-old. People hated this movie. So finally, the fans started, the toxic fans that Matt Zoller cites set out to troll, started yelling at him and making fun of him. And he kind of panicked and said that he wanted to all of their moms.
That's class.
Again, the guy that runs RogerEbert.com.
Jesus Christ.
And the guy who was sent out there by Ryan Johnson, you know, like, I love you. Thanks for doing this. So I just said, go back to Ryan Johnson report. You got bitch smacked by a bunch of YouTubers. And suddenly here comes Ryan Johnson. Ethan, I can't hear you. Did you say something?
That is profound.
Love you, Ethan.
My gosh.
We're on a first name basis, you know?
Wow.
Personally, I can't hear Ryan over his shitty writing, but that's just me.
All right.
Yeah, it is. It's something else. It's the first time this has happened. It's almost as though, like, you know, the round-headed monster turns and looks at you, like he
That's
knows.
no moon.
You know,
That's no moon.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it's like a beginning of something. It's the beginning.
Well, you know what it is?
Chat.
Like I really do know. First of all, I heard somebody say to Ryan Johnson, you know, they're calling you Roundhead Ryan Johnson. And Ryan's like, well, I've always had a round head. You know, when I used to go to the barber, they used to say, you know, your head is really round. And so he kind of played it off and was charming about it. But like, that kind of made me aware that like Ryan Johnson probably knows who I am and probably watches my videos. And this was the first time we cracked him, though, that he actually, you know, responded to me. This guy, this representative of Disney, having a little bit of a meltdown is pretty hilarious. So now are you going to take down your Star Wars posters and put up Star Trek posters?
Like I said, it's original trilogy. He had nothing to do with that. I have an excuse, damn it.
Yes. What if he tells you?
The only trilogy.
Well, I have to say, Micah, you know, if you wanted to leave your posters up, even if they were The Last Jedi, that's my Ryan Johnson autograph Last Jedi poster behind my head there.
Beautiful.
So, you know, it's also signed by Rose Pico, though.
So this is a love-hate relationship.
I just saw it and was like, it's signed by Ryan Johnson and Rose Tico, two of the worst, most destructive forces in Star Wars. I gotta have it. I'm framing it.
You gotta save what you love, not destroy what you hate.
You're missing one thing. You need to get a nice big basketball and write Ryan on it and put it underneath there.
Put a wig on it. Yes, it'd be. Oh, that'd be awesome.
All right, let me run through the campaigns really quick. You can tell I'm tired, guys. I've been live streaming all day today. Today, I kind of I went to work on YouTube. But let's look at Flying Fortress. Flying Fortress Remastered. By the way, guys who are in the chat, if you haven't supported these campaigns, please do. $13,544 now. A big jump up for Flying Fortress Remastered.
Thank you, everybody.
Eric Weathers, good job. Shinobi Sasquatch, of course, my favorite campaign. I really love, you know, it just looks like stuff that I wish I could draw. $30,500, another big jump up there. Monster MD, which is the clear winner of the night. I mean, everyone's loving it. Jumps up to $25,294. And Vinny got a late start here tonight. He didn't get here until later, but he still jumped up to $2,125.
I am in demand. I'm in demand right now too, so people know that.
Yeah. So people are going to be able to pick up this book pretty much. How much longer are you going to keep it in demand?
Oh, I'd like to keep it up for a while, but the stretch goal I'm only keeping for like another week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if we hit the 5K, they get an additional book. They get volume 2, another 52-page art book. So that's you know, over 100 pages of artwork.
Magnificent.
Awesome.
And then CyberFrog Vampirella, where is it? Right here. This is my campaign right now. Thank you guys for supporting it. I just put up the poster. So you can get a signed poster of the Vampirella CyberFrog art. It will not have the logo on it or anything like that. Just a really, really nice print, 18 by 24, I believe, on 100-pound stock paper. It couldn't be nicer than that. I'm going to sign them all, and they're going to be shipped to you very, very safely. And they are available now for $50. And by the way, I knocked $5 off of the shipping price worldwide. No matter where you are, I'm going to ship it to you for $15. And if you buy everything, all the books signed and the poster, again, shipping is going to be just $15. And no matter where you live, $150, you're going to get everything, 4 items signed by me. And thank you guys so much for being here tonight, for supporting this. We're at $41,480. Thank you. And we'll see you again tomorrow. You guys up to do this again tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Totally.
Wonderful. Okay, yeah. Let's start promoting these books. I'm going to promote CYBERFROG Vampirella every single day through the end, through the last 5 days of this campaign, and you know, because I got a bet.
Yeah,
we know who.
You're gonna win. You're gonna win.
Son of a bitch. All right, thanks everyone, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Don't forget to support these books. Share the links out. Let other people know about it. Let's let these guys succeed big time. I like to think that Comicsgate books should never do less than 25,000. I think that's a pretty good number, and I think these guys are on their way to doing that. Most of them who haven't gotten there yet definitely will. Thank you guys, and I'll see you again tomorrow night.
Catch you later, Ethan.
Later, everyone.